In Logic Pro for iPad, MIDI Learn allows users to assign buttons, sliders, knobs, and other controls in the app to the physical buttons, sliders, and controls on an attached MIDI keyboard or controller. It's brilliant. Here's how it works. Alright, I have my MIDI controller hooked up to my iPad and Logic Pro. It's worth noting that different MIDI controllers will have different controls and pads, etc. to work with, but I have enough here to demo how Learn MIDI works. To access Learn MIDI, tap on the More button, it's this circle with the dots inside in the control bar, and then select Learn MIDI. Alternatively, if you jump into the Customize control bar options from the same menu and go to Other, you can add a Learn MIDI button directly to your control bar. Well worth doing if you're going to be playing about with this feature a lot in the coming weeks and months. Using whichever way works for you, you'll open this Learn MIDI dialog. Here is where you create, edit, and delete MIDI assignments. When this dialog is open, outlines appear around all of Logic Pro's controls that you can assign to a control on your MIDI controller. So to kick things off, I'll assign the play button on my MIDI controller to the play button in Logic Pro for iPad. Learn MIDI will automatically enter learning mode when you open it, so all I need to do here is tap on the play button inside Logic, then tap on the play button on my MIDI controller, and then hit Stop Learning. If I close the Learn MIDI window, I can now use the play button on my controller to have my project play in Logic Pro for iPad. It would make sense to map the stop button next, but there isn't a physical stop button on my MIDI controller, so I'll need to map it to a different button. Now, not all of the buttons on this particular MIDI controller are able to be mapped. The knob bank, fader bank, and pad bank buttons, for example, can't be mapped. A really easy way to tell if a button on your MIDI controller can be mapped is to turn on the MIDI in-out display in Logic Pro for iPad's control bar. Tap on the More button, select Customize Control Bar, head to the Display tab, then toggle on the MIDI option. Now when you hit any button or move a control on your MIDI controller while it's attached to Logic Pro for iPad, it will show up here as sending a MIDI signal. If I tap on any of these three buttons, no signal is being sent, so I can't map them. The A button here does send a signal, so I'll open Learn MIDI, tap the A button on my MIDI controller, tap on the Stop button in Logic Pro for iPad's control bar, and then hit Stop Learning. Now I can start and stop my project with my MIDI controller. I've jumped ahead here and assigned the Record button in Logic to the Record button on my controller, and the Cycle button to the B button on the controller too. Next, I want to assign this fader to control the stereo out fader inside Logic. The process is pretty much the same really. I'll open Learn MIDI, make sure it's in learning mode. I can then move the fader in Logic Pro for iPad. You can see its outline turn red to indicate that it's in the process of being assigned. Then move the fader I want to assign it to on my MIDI controller, and then hit Stop Learning. When you assign the control bar buttons, they will automatically be usable across multiple Logic Pro projects. If I close this project and then open a different one, all of the same controls work the same way. If I open Learn MIDI here, you can see that they are all still assigned. Now, that isn't the case with the fader I assigned. I can change that by jumping back across to the original project, opening Learn MIDI, hitting Stop Learning, remember it turns on automatically, and selecting my stereo out assignment. I can then tap the chevron to edit the assignment. In here I can do things like delete the assignment completely, adjust MIDI feedback options, choose how it behaves and its range, and select different MIDI ports for the assignment. If I tap on this in the Logic Pro section, I can change the channel strip behaviour. It's set to pinned by default, which means the assignment applies to the specific track or plugin instance in this project only. If I select Focus Track, the assignment applies to the currently focused, or selected is what it means there, track if it contains the parameter. So this means that any selected track's volume can now be controlled with this slider on my MIDI controller. And not just in this project. By switching to the Focus Track option, this control now controls the volume of a selected track in any Logic Pro for iPad project. It's not just project controls you can assign to your MIDI controller. You can also assign specific controls of Logic Pro for iPad's stock plugins and effects. I have an instance of ChromaVerb loaded up in the stereo out of this project. I can add a MIDI assignment to its wet control directly from the plugin's tile view by hitting MIDI Learn, selecting the wet control, turning this knob on my MIDI controller, and then hitting Stop Learning. I can go deeper than this by opening up ChromaVerb into its full view and then opening Learn MIDI again. All of its controls are able to be mapped to my MIDI controller. I'll map the dry slider to the other knob on my controller to keep things simple. Now, even with the plugin window closed, these knobs control the wet and dry controls for the ChromaVerb plugin in this project. You can also map keyboard shortcuts to a button on your MIDI controller. To do this, I need to again open Learn MIDI and make sure that it's in learning mode. If I hit the More button here, I can select Create Assignment to Keyboard Shortcut. From here, I can assign any of these keyboard shortcuts to my MIDI controller. I'll assign Previous Track to this pad, assign Next Track to this pad, I'll assign Copy to this pad, and Paste to this pad. Now I can move around my project's tracks and copy and paste regions using the pads on my MIDI controller. That should be enough to get you started with Learn MIDI in Logic Pro for iPad. I'll link to Apple's full-on in-depth guide down in the description, and if you could hit the like button and consider subscribing while you're down there, I'd really appreciate it. Let me know if you use this feature in Logic Pro for iPad in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.